Very cool. Hey guys, I am DC, your host of Barside Jive, and this is
AJ.
my buddy AJ, and we are on the air and live at AJ's on Main in historic downtown Grapevine, Texas, Christmas capital of the world.
Yeah.
They want to be. I mean, it's at least like Christmas capital of what? DFW?
Christmas capital of Grapevine.
Texas.
Grapevine? Yeah, I hope.
Main Street.
Main Street, Christmas capital of Main Street. All right, guys. AJ's, like most bars, are fun places to hang out. So remember, bars are about the only place where people can be one drink away from bringing up shit from 3 years ago and just pissing everybody off. Some of you know what I'm talking about. All right, don't forget that we are in the shadow of the wings of the immortal winged horse named Believe. That's right, guys. AJ's is right across the street from Believe. How's it feel?
My beard?
No.
It feels good.
How does it feel being right across the street from Believe?
Oh, it's all right.
Is it? Do you
You
feel
should
like?
go ask Believe.
Do you feel
how
like?
he feels about being next to AJ?
You know, we should take a field trip and go.
We
ask.
should.
Yeah. Can we get up there? PW let us up there.
Probably.
Yeah, we should go up there. Yeah, it might be a photo op. We could ride him.
I have voted. You don't believe me, do you?
I gotta see the
I
photos.
got a photo.
No, you're kidding me.
No, I'm not kidding you.
You got a photo on Believe.
Yep.
Oh my gosh. Here we go, guys. We're gonna take time out for this.
I wish I'd have thought of that earlier. Could have already had that pulled up.
Well, you go ahead and cue it up, and I'll go ahead and keep going. So, we are glad you're here, and hope that you remember to tell somebody. I mean, anybody, like a friend, a mere acquaintance, or even a stranger, to join us too. Shoot, stop and check out some homeless dude and bring him to the show. I mean, think about it. You could even use this show to give you something.
Oh, man.
Give you something to get your hairstylist involved in a conversation other than your personal life, because they always want to talk about your personal life, don't they?
Mm-hmm.
You have a girlfriend? I mean, okay. AJ on Believe. No kidding. I'm jealous.
Now check this out.
Now it's my turn.
I'm jerking.
What the hell? You guys send me those so I can edit them in. Those are too cool. That is the real Believe, though, AJ's draped over. But don't forget, guys, it is the holiday season. It's time for sharing. So what better to share than Barside Jive? That's right, guys. Share us, because it's just important. Remember that this show happens roughly, we did start on time today. But when we don't, we are in a bar. And remember, there is alcohol here. So noon P, generally, till whenever we get done, Central Time every Monday.
And we don't even have a clock in here, though.
We have no clock. It's always beer time. We're on beer time. My featured guest today is a member of rock royalty. You met him last week, but he's back again for more, and he is the legendary drummer, Carmine Appice, of Vanilla Fudge, Cactus, King Cobra, Blue Murder, Ozzy, Rod Stewart, and Jeff Beck, and I'm sure there's more that I've left off the list. But speaking of good things, I am enjoying today a glass of cold craft beer from AJ's. And this is a 8-track amber from Real Ale Brewing Company in Blanco, Texas. Thanks to my buddy here, AJ, at AJ's on Main. What are you drinking, AJ?
Same thing.
Same thing. We're like twinsies.
Can you see? Can you see my initials there?
Can you see? No way. No way.
You know where it's at, right?
In Believe? You carved those in Believe? On his pecker? AJ, you carved your initials on Believe's pecker? Guys, it's pretty low. Couple things I got to stop and tell you about AJ's. Besides the fact You can drink from a great selection of craft beers, even beers with the wrong glass.
Here's to Sierra Nevada for giving us glasses.
Absolutely. Even though we're not drinking your beer today.
I normally do.
Because the beer doesn't match the beer branding never matches what's inside here at AJ's. But he's got the best enormous beef ribs. The enormous beef ribs, big. And a fried smoked beef bologna sandwich that's like to die for. All right,
Someone's apparently at my door.
believe speaking to us. In addition to my guest segment, which comes later in the show, I've got news, weather, an occasional traffic report, sports, music, and an appearance by a dog named Tony and a deer named Ezekiel, as well as other content loaded with entertainment value just for you. So hang on, you don't want to miss this. And of course, it's lunchtime here in Grapevine, Texas, as it probably is in most of the U.S., except for maybe the West Coast.
California.
Yeah. So if you want to call in and tell me what you're having for lunch, give me a call during the show at 469-844-1631. Your calls are loud. Be sure to check out my YouTube channel. Just search Barside Jive Live at youtube.com and click subscribe. Then click that little bitty bell to receive notifications when I post premium content, which is free to all of you just because you're just that freaking special.
Awesome.
Awesome. And now a word from Pooh-Pourri.
It's the most wonderful time of the year. And after the year we've had, that's not saying much. Let's be real. 2020 stunk. And while Pooh-Pourri can't get rid of a lot of the world's crap, it can get rid of one kind. Stop bathroom odor with Pooh-Pourri, the before-you-go toilet spray that traps number 2 odor by creating a barrier on the water's surface. Pooh-Pourri, 2020 can flush off.
All right, guys, it's time for some breaking news.
Whoosh! Bum 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 bum
News you can trust. Right here, hot off the press, our top news story today is police shut down Ohio Christmas Mall kiosk after intoxicated Santa, Mrs. Claus, and the elf had a threesome in public.
Look at pictures.
Man, this is straight in from the Barside Jive Live news desk. We got jingle bells. Elmer Hines, 73, Jeanette Weaver, 62, and Elliot McCanister, you get the big words,
Yeah.
43. Yeah, this trio right here
Woo!
were
Yeah.
found intoxicated
shit.
and in possession of crack cocaine, crystal meth, marijuana, and alcohol before being arrested by the Zanesville police.
Wow.
According to one shocked parent, while we waited in line, Ms. Claus was sitting on Santa's lap, moaning and groaning and grinding while Santa had his pants down. Zanesville police were forced to intervene. Really? That's about all they intervene in nowadays. At Colony Square Mall after the intoxicated trio partook in sexual behavior in front of shoppers and their children who were waiting in line to meet Santa Claus. The elf actually fondled Ms. Claus while it appeared he was French kissing Santa Claus at the same time. One offended shopper reported.
They put Santa in a box here. He's in a damn plastic box.
Yeah. What they were doing was extremely offensive, but I've been waiting in line for over an hour, and my 4-year-old daughter would never forgiven me if I'd left. And
Wow.
she was so eager to meet Santa Claus. Wow. We even got jingle bells. You can't hear them.
Got jingle bells?
Yeah. I'm not a big fan of the amber.
No?
No. I mean, I'm going to drink it, but I'm not as big a fan. I like the...
A lot of chicks are like that, though.
I know. Oh, we're not done. Colony Square Mall administrators have since instituted. Thank you. I like it when you do the big words. A no alcohol policy for future employees at the Christmas Mall kiosk to prevent further incidents, said officials. And also trending in the news, the cool news, not the lamestream news. Rob Halford credits Gene Simmons with great advice about the music business. Here we go. There's a picture. Judas Priest Rob Halford recently stated that the best piece of advice he ever received about the music industry came from another sage rocker with plenty of wisdom and experience. Kisses Gene Simmons for serving up this nugget that served him well over the years, especially when it comes to the response about his music from the general public as well as critics. Do you ever use sage in your cooking? No? Okay.
I mean, I have, but I don't really care for it.
You don't like it? Okay. Believe.
I believe it.
Halford recalled, "We have a great friendship with Gene and Paul from Kiss. Priest were out on this big tour. We were invited to open up for Kiss, and I was just talking to Gene about the music business, and he goes, 'Let me just say this. It doesn't matter what they say about you as long as they've got your picture and they spell your name right.'" The singer elaborated, "Especially in music, there are so many opinions and there are so many different points of view. It's out there and it's totally out of your control. And you really have to figure things out because the way that some of the negativity can intrude into your own personal life, like, comments like, 'You suck, I hope you die,' all this horrible stuff, you've got to learn how to deal with that. You see it particularly in popular music with younger people." He continued, "When young people get famous quickly, how can they handle it? You need experience, you need wisdom." And so that simple message from Gene, I still remember it. It doesn't matter what they say about you as long as you get your picture in and they spell your name right. And that has some validity. That kind of applies to your business too, right? When somebody writes you a shitty comment on Yelp or something, you kind of have to just kind of, hey.
I don't even go on Yelp.
As long as they've got my picture and as long as they know my name.
They tried to get me to advertise with them. They guaranteed me a good rating.
Oh, yeah, right.
Guaranteed me a good rating.
Oh, of course, if you pay.
I said,
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I told the lady, I said, I hate your company, and I hope you're out of job.
Yeah.
I did. I was like,
Dude,
I hope you lose your job.
That's like freaking Facebook and all these platforms. They send out your shit to like 3 people unless you pay them, and then they send it out to 300 unless you pay them a lot.
You know why?
Because
they're a bunch of space pussies.
They are.
What
They are. You're right. Oh, we're still on the news.
Oh.
Though Judas Priest are between albums at the present time, Halford has remained in the spotlight this fall while promoting his Confess autobiography. The book is currently available to order by clicking the link in the description below. In other news, current news, how about some... No, let's just do old news. I'm getting bored. On this day in 1968, Janis Joplin gave her first solo performance in Memphis, Tennessee. Sadly, she died on October 4th, 1970, less than 3 years later. Janis Joplin had a number of popular songs during her short 4-year career, including Down on Me, Summertime, Piece of My Heart, Ball and Chain, Maybe, To Love Somebody, Cosmic Blues, Work Me Lord, Cry Baby, Mercedes Benz, and her only #1 hit, Me and Bobby McGee. You kind of like that one probably because it's country.
Not her.
Oh. Janice, I sure hope you got that Mercedes Benz. Also on this day in 1970, Elvis Presley's stretch limousine pulled up outside the White House in Washington, D.C. One of the guards handed over a letter from Elvis addressed to President Nixon requesting a meeting to discuss how the king of rock and roll could, I can't read this.
Who's at the White House to get a badge.
Oh, yeah. Could help Nixon fight drugs, including getting credentials as a federal agent in charge. No, at large.
At large.
About 2 hours later, Elvis walked into the Oval Office
In a purple suit.
wearing a flamboyant outfit, oversized sunglasses, and 2 huge medallions. Dude, he knew how
What a
to.
rock
He
star.
totally knew how to do it, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
If he was alive, he would have come here.
Yeah, he would.
All right. Ooh, that amber. Woo-hoo. All right. He gives Nixon a chrome-plated Colt 45 from his private collection while the president agreed to give him a Narcotics Bureau badge, but only after learning that the chief of the Narcotics Bureau had turned down the same request earlier that day and told Presley the only person who could overrule his decision was the president. I like that. At Elvis' request, the meeting remained secret for more than a year until the Washington Post broke the story on January 27th, 1972.
I was 3.
3? No. That's it for the old news and the new news. So how about our PSA on COVID-19 prevention? Fauci tells kids I vaccinated Santa Claus. The real Santa has been vaccinated, AJ, by Dr. Anthony Fauci at the North Pole. Kids want to know, right? Will Santa be able to visit me this season? Asked a 6-year-old from Paxton. No, asked a 6-year-old Paxton from Geneva, Illinois on Sunday. Another child questioned, what if he can't go to anyone's house or like near his reindeer? Well, luckily for children everywhere, the nation's top infectious disease specialist, who changes his mind every minute, is on the case. According to Dr. Anthony Fauci, I took care of that for you because I was worried that you'd be all upset. So I took a trip up there to the North Pole and I vaccinated Santa Claus myself. I measured his level of immunity and he is good to go, Fauci added. He can come down that chimney, he can leave those presents, he can leave, and you don't even have to worry about anything.
Use that magic dust.
Magic pixie dust. Like believe.
Yeah, white.
Yeah. We even have an exclusive photo of Santa one day after receiving the vaccine. Bet you're ready for yours. And there you have it, guys. I say what do you think? We just do sports?
I guess.
Okay, let's do sports. On Barside Jive, because no one's watching football, so we have our own. And now let's go to Icon Stadium on Randall's Island in New York City for the IQA World Cup, guys.
And now for something completely different.
I'm sure he can throw down if it comes to that. But he also looks quick on his feet.
The snitch this week has some kind of voodoo on the head ref.
Brooms up!
Aggressive in the beginning. No goal. They looks to be the leader. We have an obstruction. On the move, dodging, and he's tackled. Get rough in there. What happens if that ball comes to you, you just throw it back in play. Throw it back. Throw the ball back. Our seekers today are McNiff for UC Berkeley, Gerber for CFC. Get in there, girl. Oh, an arm tackle.
Shoot, that's funny. The symbolism. Quidditch, the game adapted from the mythical broom-flying sport of Harry Potter, began as an intramural sport at Middlebury College in Vermont. It quickly spread throughout the nation's universities, and now more than 400 colleges have the sport.
Wow.
Yeah, more than 400 players. No kidding. Players mimic the fictional flying version of the game by holding broomsticks between their legs and attempt to hurl balls through round hoops at opposite ends of the field, much the same as in the book. Okay, guys, that's sports, and just when you thought you had seen everything. Oh, and now a word from our friends from Fog Hat Cellars.
Great.
Hi DC, thanks for having us on your show. And for you folks, I'm Roger of the band Foghat, and these are our wines. Foghat Cellars. This is a Chardonnay from Monterey County, absolutely delicious, 2014. We have 2013 Pinot Noir from Monterey County. It's absolutely fabulous, a wonderful drinking wine. If you like Pinots, you'll love it. This is a Cabernet Sauvignon from Paso Robles. All our wines come from Central Coast of California. Steve Rasmussen is our winemaker. Though in fact, myself and Linda actually get involved in the making of some of our wines. Drink, enjoy, go to foghatcellars.com to find out how to get them. Thanks, bye.
We have our own bottle here, don't we, AJ?
Yes, sir, we do.
How'd you get that bottle, AJ?
Roger sent it to me.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Roger.
Absolutely. After we had a little party here with Roger and the gang.
Little party.
Little party. Little party. Yeah, a little party. No, it was actually a big-ass party, but we say little.
There was more. This is the only one I have left, so.
Yeah, it's great wine. So you guys should get yours. And if you use your coupon code Barside Jive on the checkout screen, you will get 20% off your purchase. foghatcellars.com, guys. So get your bottle or spend a few dollars more to get an autographed bottle by the Roger Earl. Last remaining member of that band, the classic lineup anyway. Those guys are still touring and playing today. And, well, they had been prior to COVID, and they will after. All right, guys. Weather's nice. Let's go. Crazy. From your Barside Jive Global Weather Center, where we try to stick to the current weather because forecasts are always so freaking wrong, including our own. So here we go. Local AJ's weather is sunny and 63 degrees. Today's high is going to be around 70. Air quality is good. Wind is out of the southwest at about 5 miles an hour, I imagine. Humidity is probably around 64.
A little moist.
A little moist. A 0% chance of rain today, guys. And the sun's going to set at 5:26, which I hate that.
Yeah.
It's like dark so early. We gotta get off this program. Okay, guys, well, let's go over to Nikki in our Weather Center for a close look at the weather out in the state of Virginia.
Diva power. There it was. Woo-hoo. Diva power. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's some diva power right there. Oh, yeah.
Okay, Diva Power. Okay, thanks, Nikki, for that informative report. And that is your global weather from your Barside Jive meteorologist, kinda. here at Barside Jive. Our weather was brought to you by our friends at the African Wildlife Foundation. Okay, that was fun. I love cartoons.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, is this a good time in the show? Did you bring your book, The Night Before Christmas?
I don't know if I have my copy here. Didn't we burn it last time?
No, but you threw it across the freaking room because you thought I did you unfairly. Did you want to read it?
I think they all know the story. Can we just like rehash it just a little bit?
Well, The Night Before Christmas.
I gotta get another beer. Go ahead.
Okay. Let's take a quick look at traffic while AJ is thinking about The Night Before Christmas. Well, guys, it may be fine here on Main Street in historic downtown Grapevine, Texas, but let's check in with
Charles.
Let's check in with Charles as we look at the roads up in the northeast.
I know that.
Oops, I guess the roads are a little bit icy up there. Hope you're okay, Charles. Well, now for a little something you have all been waiting for. Our special Christmas presentation from the Kmart men's handballers. Here we go.
Shop Your Way members can bring in the holidays with Joe Boxer. Kmart. Get in, get more Christmas.
All right. That was fun. That'll bring us up to our feet.
These yours or Megan's?
Dude, just because they're blue.
Well, Megan's got something like that.
Golly. We should do a pickle shot. That'll bring us up to our featured guest segment, which is, we want to tell them about your pickle shots?
Yeah. I got badass pickle shot.
Why does it take you so long?
It's, because I was actually going to get one.
Okay, go ahead and get them. Go ahead and get them. Did you want one?
Spicy or regular?
Guys, I like spicy. Guys, so AJ's got the best pickle shots.
I'll take a regular one.
He's got regular and spicy. And we're fixing to do them. He went over to fetch them. And
It's got 4 peppers. It's got jalapenos, serranos, habanero, and then a Nepalese pepper they call it the little cherry. It's not a little cherry.
okay. All right. This is like got 4 different peppers in it, so it's pretty serious stuff. And you don't need to chill them.
No?
Nah, I won't mind just warm.
It's better that way.
Yeah, I like it just warm. Yeah, moist. Guys, before we go on to our featured guest segment, I want to, wow.
Does it smell spicy?
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right. Guys, before we, I'm waiting on AJ. Before we go on to our featured guest, Carmine Appice, I just want to wish you guys the happiest Christmas ever. And hope you guys, if you're traveling, you stay safe. But hope you guys have an amazing Christmas. And I would say Happy New Year, but we'll be back next Monday. So we'll wish you Happy New Year then. All right, guys, here's pickle shots from AJ's. This is the spicy. What do you got?
Spicy.
Spicy, and Tony's got the
I got
regular.
the pussy.
Here we go. To all of you guys.
Is there alcohol in that?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Ah, that is nice. Well, guys, that'll bring us up to our featured guest segment, which is sponsored by Hip and Hippie. Hip and Hippie, as you know, is a planet-loving company known for its high-quality, earth-friendly, 100% recycled candle line and natural body care products. They're what make me look so good.
I just use whatever's in the bathroom.
What do you use?
Whatever Megan has in there. I squirt it on, rub it in.
Squirt it on and rub it in. Oh, good Lord. It's no wonder Eco's supporting people love Hip and Hippie, hipandhippie.com. Guys, I'll be right back after this. This is where AJ, like, flees the coop.
I'm going to lunch.
He goes to lunch. He says he's going to go shopping.
Shopping.
I'll be right back after this quick break with... You don't have to go yet. I'll be right back after this quick break with legendary drummer Carmine Appice of Vanilla Fudge, Cactus, King Cobra, Ozzy, Blue Murder, Rod Stewart, and Jeff Beck. Let's welcome Carmine Appice back to Barside Jive. So glad that you're willing to do this again, Carmine. I had such a fun time the first time, and I know this one will be just as good.
I feel like I live here.
But I'm thankful that you were willing to do it again, and it's awesome having you. You got great stories. I want to start off, we talked a little bit about this, but Vanilla Fudge was one of my listened to bands back in the day, but Led Zeppelin was always near and dear to my heart, and
Yeah.
they have always been. But I know that you were influential with a lot of famous drummers, but I want to know a little bit more about John Bonham. What can you tell me about him?
What do you want to know?
Well, I know that you helped him. You taught him some things. What did you teach him?
Well, basically, it's hard to understand that now because Led Zeppelin was so big, But when they opened up for us, nobody knew John Bonham. Nobody knew Robert Plant.
Right.
We did the first gig with them. We paid $750, half the fee, for their gig that they did in Denver, the first gig that we didn't need them on.
Right.
It was already sold out.
Right.
And we had gotten the record beforehand. When I heard Good Times, Bad Time, and I heard John's foot. I said, man, who is this guy? This is awesome. And I loved it, you know. So when I met him, first thing I said to him, John, nice to meet you. I love your fucking foot on Good Times, Bad Time. He says, thank you so much. I got that from you. And I said, well, I don't do that. And he said, yes, you do. I said, where did I do that? And he showed me somewhere on one of my records, I think it was a Renaissance record, that I did it not repetitively like he did, but I did it like bop, 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 or something like that, you know? And he just did it and kept repeating it. And he got the concept from me.
Wow.
You know, as he told me.
Yeah.
And I had to have him show me on a record where he stole it from. You know, but I mean, as a great jazz drummer, a friend of mine, Joe Morello, I played with Dave Brubeck Quartet, Take 5 and all that stuff.
Right.
He told me, look, nobody steals it all, and nobody has it all. We all steal from each other.
Right.
Just remember that.
Right.
And I remember that. I still remember that, you know.
Right.
So I remembered that when I met John, you know.
Yeah.
And then, you know, he was playing a little Ludwig kit, and I was playing this big 26-inch bass drums and big tom in the middle, 2 big tom, and a gong and all this stuff.
You played a Gretsch, right?
No, it was Ludwig. It was like, well, the first one was Gretsch. The first 26-inch was actually a Leedy Ludwig bass drum that I bought in a pawn shop for $5. You know, and I recovered it. And when I did the Ed Sullivan show, I had that 26 bass drum.
Right.
At the time, that was the biggest bass drum in rock period at the time. And when I got this other kit, when I got my Ludwig endorsement, they said, well, what do you want? I said, I want 2 26 bass drums because I wanted to play double bass. And I want a big drum in the middle, so we got a marching tenor drum, they call that. And then a 18 by 16, 18, and I had a bass drum turned over on its side, a regular size bass drum. And with metal rims, that was huge. And then I had the gong behind me. It wasn't on that big stand that came later. This was 1969, 68. It was on a small stand. But when Bonzo saw that kid, he said, oh man, you think you could help me get a Ludwig endorsement? I said, well, let me see what I could do. I called up Ludwig and I said, look, I think this guy's going to be big, you know, an understatement of 5 decades, right? And I think you should give him a deal. He wants the same kid I have. So I'll say, we'll send you the record. So we sent him the record and they loved it. And they got it now, on my word. And with the drum set came cymbal companies. So we got a pasty cymbal Ludwig drums, just like mine. And he got the gong just like mine. And then 6 months later, we toured again. And we both had the same drum set. I got a picture on different Facebooks, you know, of that drum set, where a picture of me on the top, you know, my stance, and a picture of Bonzo on the bottom of his stance, same drum set. I often wondered when you went to that gig, like let's say we did alternate billing them because they were so big.
Right.
It was as big as we were, you know, took them 6 months. And so they went on first, and the drum set came off, and then they put my drum set on. Guys in the audience must have been thinking, why'd they do that?
Right.
They took it off and they put it back on, you know.
Same gear.
It had no names on it or nothing.
Yeah.
You know, in those days. So that was pretty funny. But I read in a book called Thunder of Drums. You know, he told me I was one of his idols. And I read in the book by, who wrote that book? Melody Maker writer, Chris Welsh. He wrote this book called Thunder of Drums, all about John Bonham. And it's all about when he went out to the States and saw me, you know, and he came back, he was all like excited and everything. Him and Cozy Powell were hanging out. And he was hanging out, and Cozy said, what was it like? What was it like seeing Carmine? And, you know, it was like one of those things, you know, like I did when I met Buddy Rich, you know.
Right.
And because I was both of their, you know, they looked up to me, you know, because I was around first, you know.
Sure.
And I started the fad of the power drumming, and I started the big drums, and all that stuff. So it was funny reading that. And then we just became friends, and we would do stuff where I would twirl the stick like I did on the Ed Sullivan Show in 1968 before Zeppelin ever came out. And I twirl the stick and I hit the cymbal and grab it with my arm, you know, and he loved that. So when we used to play, I would be standing off watching them, and he would twirl the stick and grab it with his arm like that. And I would go, yeah, nice, you know. Years later, I played with Ozzy, and you had Motley Crue opening up. And I saw Tommy Lee going like that and grabbing the stick with his arm. So I said, wow, dude, that's cool. Where'd you get that? He goes, I got it from John Bonham. Right? So I said, well, indirectly, you got it from me because, you know, John got it from me. He goes, no way, dude, I got it from, you know, John Bonham. You know, those Motley Crue guy, everything was dude.
Right.
So I said, tell you what, dude, when the tour is over, come back to my house. I want to show you a video. A 1968 Ed Sullivan Show before John Bonham was ever out. And I showed him that, I did that, and then I showed him our song Shotgun, which the end of Shotgun is very similar to the end of Good Times, Bad Times. I mean, rock and roll, that big drum break and rock and roll. I did that kind of thing at the end of Shotgun. And I played him that too. He said, dude, he said, that's just like rock and roll. I said, yeah, but this was like 4 or 5 years before rock and roll. That was recorded. So he was like, wow, dude, you know, dude. It was like, you know, like I said, nobody knew John Bonham at the time. You know, and then over years of watching him get so big, and we're friends, you know. I go see them at rehearsal, and when they moved to LA for taxes, they'd hang out at the Rainbow, go to rehearsal, I'd go up to Bonzo's hotel room, we'd have parties, you know, we're buddies, you know. And his wife and his kids. I gave a drum book for him to give to his to Jason. One of my drum books, you know.
Wow. When you first heard them, did you have an aha moment like these guys are going to go somewhere?
Yeah, we did. We said, wow, these guys are great. We knew Jimmy Page before from the Yardbirds. We used to do gigs with him. And you know, but this was a new band, and it was awesome. You know, the drum sound was great, and it was really kick-ass. It was similar to the Jeff Beck group with Rod Stewart, you know.
Wow.
And from what I hear, Jimmy Page went on the road with Jeff when he was doing the tours with Rod Stewart, and he stole a lot of stuff. I mean, come on, they both did You Shook Me on both of their first albums, you know. Rod and Robert Plant, you know. Rod wasn't known either at the time.
So, wow. That's so cool. That dude thing just kills me, man.
Hey, speaking of dude, did you get the book?
Dude.
Hey, I got Tony Franklin calling me.
Oh, really?
Hold on a minute.
Okay, yeah, go ahead.
Tony, I'm doing a Zoom right now, but did you get it? Okay, I'll call you back. Okay, I'll call you back. Bye-bye. Yeah, I'm just doing a track with him right now.
Oh, wow. Awesome. Yeah, here you are right here.
There you go. Stick it.
The only problem with this book is, only one problem with this book, Carmine.
What's that?
It's not signed.
Oh, you're right, bro. That's why I told you to get it from my,
I know,
my website.
But I couldn't wait. I wanted to get it now. I was impatient, but I'm going to send it to you.
You can send it to me. I'll sign it.
Okay. All right. I want to talk for just a second about people that I think were really cool that you have been acquaintances of yours, non-music types, but like Telly Savalas, Robin Williams, Henry Winkler. I've seen photos you with all those guys.
Right.
There's got to be some stories there.
Well, Robin Williams just came to a gig I did in 1980 at the Whiskey. Also at that gig was Eddie Van Halen. I got pictures with Eddie, Eddie Money, all the guys in the Knack. At the time, the Knack were big. You know, and a few other ones, Pat Benatar's band. But Robin Williams showed up, and I said, whoa. You know, I took a picture with him, but I didn't really know him.
Okay.
Telly Savalas I knew. Telly Savalas was my ex-wife's uncle. Matter of fact, he was a member of the Riviera Country Club in Brentwood And when we got married, he got the room for us at the Riviera Country Club to get married.
Oh, wow.
And I had all my rock and roll friends there. I had Ronnie Dio and Quiet Riot and Dokken and I mean, all the LA bands.
Yeah.
They were at that crazy wedding, you know. And it's funny, we didn't have a band. We had a DJ.
Really?
Yeah, it's funny. I don't know why. I don't remember why at the time. But he was a good guy, and we used to go out with him and his wife, and we'd go out to dinner. And then when I played with Rod, we went to England, and I got some pictures of Rod. He was married to Atlanta at the time. Me and my ex-wife, and Telly and his wife, backstage at Wembley when we played Wembley. And Rod was so excited.
Yeah.
Man, I can't believe you got Kojak coming to our show, you know?
Yeah,
he was so excited, you know?
Yeah.
And,
Kojak.
you know, it was cool. We used to go to the Playboy Club. They had a casino there in London. We used to go to the casino, and everybody knew him.
Yeah.
You know, and the wild thing is, this is really a dumb thing on my part, but we were in England when John Lennon got shot. You know, and he got shot on 72nd Street on the west side in New York, you know. So my ex-wife I had to bring her to, her name was Angela. I brought Angela to Telly's apartment to stay for 2 or 3 days because we had a hotel in London, but we were going on the road to Manchester and a couple other places, Newcastle. And she didn't really want to come on the road, you know, because we did 4 nights at Wembley, you know, in London. So it's like she just wanted to stay in London and hang out with Telly, you know, uncle and stuff. So I dropped her off there, and I heard about John Lennon getting shot. And I had told Telly about that, and I said, unbelievable, John Lennon got shot in New York City. And he says, no kidding, oh my God, horrible. And I stupidly, I said, this is a job for Kojak.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
What a freaking dumb thing to say.
Yeah, but I get it.
You know, I couldn't help it, you know?
Yeah, I know, yeah.
But, so he was a cool guy. And Henry Winkler is another guy. I went to his house for dinner and hung out with him. I was recording my solo album on Ventura Boulevard in Tahunga, which is, what area is that called? Studio City. Okay, and I was recording at Richie Potter's studio. And Richie Potter recorded Three Dog Night, Steppenwolf, Sandy Nelson. He did all these great recordings. And he had this really old studio. The board had knobs. That's how old it was. But the old tube, it sounded amazing.
Yeah.
So I was recording my solo album there. And through my manager and my drum book, Henry Winkler got a hold of us and said that his kid is a drummer and he's going through my book. And I did a clinic in Studio City, and they came down to the clinic, I believe, you know, and via my manager telling them about the clinic. Something like that, you know, it's a long time ago, I don't remember exactly. But anyway, he ended up coming down to the studio with his kid to watch me record. And we used to hang out, and he'd come down and bring pizza, and, you know, the kid would hang out. And I also did an album of Alice Cooper in that studio. And he would come down and hang out, and then I'd go to his house for dinner, and, you know, it was a lot of fun, you know.
Oh, yeah.
Come to some of the gigs and everything. He was a good guy, and we'd talk on the phone, you know, and then we lost contact with each other as time went on.
Yeah.
But he was a good guy.
Yeah. What about?
Come on, the Fives, man.
I know. He's huge. Still to this day, he's huge.
Yeah, it's like Telly and the Fives.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
Now, I know Telly's gone, but is
he's still alive.
But Henry's still around.
Yeah, he's still around.
Yeah.
I saw him doing some sort of like commercial on TV for like seniors, you know.
Yeah. Oh man,
I'm ready to do that.
No, you're not. You're not doing that. No, not Carmine. You're never gonna get old, bro.
No.
Never.
Hey, you know what's funny? My father said to me when he was 77, I still feel like I'm 17, but my body's getting old.
Yeah.
I see that now. I look at my arms and like I'm seeing that that old man kind of skin, you know, and I'm going,
Yeah.
oh, is that me? Oh, when did that happen? You know?
Yeah.
But, you know, I still love playing. I still get out there playing, and I'm playing all the time in my studio and rock and roll.
Yeah, don't ever stop. Hey, what about John McEnroe and Steven Seagal? You played with those guys?
Yeah, I had them on my Guitar Zeus record. And Steven Seagal, I met at when I got Richie Sambora on my record, I got Richie Sambora on my Guitar Zeus record. I knew him, but I actually got him from this guy, Stuart Smith, who ended up playing with Sweet at one point. And he was married to Heather's sister, Heather Locklear's sister.
Oh, okay.
And I met Heather through Tommy Lee. When I used to go to Tommy Lee's house, we'd watch drum videos together.
Right.
And Heather was the wife at the time, you know.
Okay,
And,
gotcha.
Yeah, so I knew Heather, and I knew Heather, Tommy, Stewart's wife, her sister. I can't remember her name now. Anyway, so through Stewart, I got Richie on my Guitar Zeus record. Now, while Richie was doing it, he said, "Hey, I'm doing this benefit out in Malibu. It's a jam, it's a benefit. I'd love for you to come." And I said, "Fine." He just played on my record. I said, "Sure." So I went and played on it, and Steven Seagal was there, right? So we jammed with Richie, and we did a blues with Steven. And I said, "Hey, Steven, I'm doing this Guitar Zeus record. You want to play on it?" I figure, you know, what the hell, you got a big actor. He was big at the time.
Yeah, oh, hell yeah.
You know, a big actor like that, play guitar on my record would be cool. I said, "All right." So he said, "Yeah." And I said, "Okay." So I said, "When do you want to do it?" So he said, "Well, here's my number. Call me." So we put a number together, put a date together. And I'll never forget the day. I mean, I even wrote a story about it. I wrote stories about each guitar player playing on that thing, which I can't find any of them but one. The one I found the other day was the Steven Seagal story. And I remember he came in, he drove in, it was a big stretch white limo. And he pulls into the parking lot of the studio. And he gets out and he's wearing like a Nehru jacket, a Nehru outfit, like a shirt or whatever it was. You know, he's into all that martial arts. And
Oh, yeah.
all that, you know, all that
Yeah.
stuff. He gets out and he's big. He's like 6'3". He's
Yeah.
a huge guy, you know.
Yeah.
I went over, gave him a hug, I almost disappeared, you know. And he came in, and at the time I said, you know, I was really out of tracks. I was out of songs for him to play. So I said to myself, to my producer, Pat Regan, I said, "I don't know what to do. You know, maybe we should just do a blues." So I did a blues with Seymour Duncan. There's Seymour Duncan pickups.
Yeah.
And he's a great player. He plays like Jeff Beck. He's an awesome player. So I said to Seymour, "Look, I want to do this blues. I want to put you and Steven Seagal on it together." So he said, "Okay, how do you want to do that?" I said, "All right, you come down to the studio. I'm going to play snare drum alone. It's going to be like a real raw snare drum and guitar blues, no vocal, just playing." He said, "Okay." So me and him played this blues, and then he went to play chords, you know. And at that point, we put Steven on. You know, so I did 2 or 3 takes with him.
Right.
You know, it wasn't that great, you know. So
Oh.
we did a little combining and fix it
Yeah.
up.
Yeah.
So it ended up being the Guitar Zeus Blues, Steven Seagal, Seymour Duncan, and me.
Wow. That is a
Yeah.
cool story. I didn't know he played.
Yeah, no, he barely plays.
Yeah. He plays at it.
No, he loves it. He loves it.
Yeah.
He's not a great player, but he plays okay. I mean, he plays
Yeah.
all right.
Yeah, but he
plays
needs to,
good blues. you
but he
know.
needs to stick to acting.
Yeah, and he had a band, you know. And,
Oh, I
and
didn't
then
know that.
The other one was Denny Lane was an interesting one for that album. Because Denny Lane, I had a group with Denny Lane called the World Classic Rockers. And had Denny Lane, Spencer Davis, rest in peace, old buddy.
Wow.
Bobby Kimball, Randy Meisner.
Yeah.
2 guys from Steppenwolf and me. It was called
Now, who are
World
the two-
Classic Rockers.
Who are the guys
It was
from
the
Steppenwolf?
guitar player, Michael Monarch, and the bass player, I can't remember his name either. Anyway,
Were they
And we play a little-
were they original guys?
Michael was, the bass player was from the second album on.
Okay. Okay.
But we play everybody's songs. It was a lot of fun. So I was doing this
Right.
Guitar Zeus record, and I said to Denny, man, I'd love to get you on it, but I ran out of songs, you know? You want to do something? He goes, yeah, I'll come in and do something. So he came in and he played a song, and he sang it and played it, and I played on the back of a guitar, like drumming on that.
Uh-huh.
It was like 1:30, and it's awesome.
Wow.
It was a
How
great
can you
song.
how can you run out of songs?
Well, we did all the songs already, you know, and then this was an afterthought, just like Steven
Oh, okay.
Seagal.
Gotcha.
You know, all the tracks were cut, and you know,
Yeah.
that's how you run
You were
out of
pretty
songs.
much
And now
done.
I just found 2 songs,
Yeah.
complete songs.
Right.
that, I'm putting Derek Sherinian from Sons of Apollo on keyboard playing the solo instead of a guitar player, you know?
Wow.
And just to be different. And I'm
Oh,
gonna
yeah.
try and get a new young guy, and you know, some from a young band, a guitar hero from a young band that young guys know that I don't know.
Right,
Good,
right.
you
Yeah.
know?
And John McEnroe, he was a wild man.
Oh, John McEnroe, that was interesting because I was working on trying to get an 800 number thing with guitars, just to, you know, put a TV ad out, an 800 number.
Right.
You call up and you buy the double CD, you know, and try and sell it that way, because it never got really released in America. And the place that was doing it for me, when I went there one day, John McEnroe was there. And the guy I was talking to introduced me to him, and he said, you know, John plays guitar. So, you know, me, I'm like not shy. I said, wow, would you want to play on it? He said, yeah. So he came in and played. All he did was on the song Stash, went bam, 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 you know.
And that
But
was
he did
it.
Yeah, but he did it.
So who was better, McEnroe or Seagal?
McEnroe. And I saw McEnroe when I went to see when the Conan show was still on.
Oh, yeah.
And Max Weinberg was a drummer. He invited me down to see him. And I went there. I'm sitting in the waiting room, and the backstage waiting room kind of thing. And John came, hey, Carmine, what are you doing? I said, hey, John, what's up? He goes, yeah, I'm on the show tonight. I said, oh, good. I'm here to watch it. And I'm a guest of Max. He said, oh, great. He said, hey, by the way, thanks for putting me on that record. I said, no problem.
Oh, man.
Interesting.
Yeah, very, very. You know, I guess in the mid-'80s, you formed King Cobra for 2 Capitol albums and international touring. So what happened? What's the story with King Cobra? I mean, it was great stuff.
You mean, well, I think what happened is I had the manager, you know, I got fired from Ozzy because Sharon said, your name is too big, you should start your own band. That's what she told me.
Yeah.
You know? Can you put on hold for a minute?
Yeah.
Hold on. Hi, Chris, what's up? What do we have? We didn't last week? Oh my God. Send me a copy of that. I'll ask him for it. That's just like the last one. That's amazing. Yeah. What is that? Shoot. Oh, okay. Yeah, okay. I know what it is. All right. Ooh. Who's that? Who was that? Oh, for Ed Sullivan performance. Oh my God, no kidding. Wow. Okay, well send it. Send me what you're doing. Okay. Great. Thank you. Thank you so much. Okay, bye. Bye. I got to talk to the accountants. It's always good news.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
It's got a bunch of royalties. You know, and it's amazing. Ever since Vanilla Fudge did that Quentin Tarantino movie, Once Upon a Time in America, our royalties have quadrupled.
Really?
Yes. unbelievable. I mean, again, like the last time was a freak. First it doubled,
Yeah.
then it quadrupled, and now quadrupled again.
You just never know, do you?
Then we talked about the Ed Sullivan Show. I just got a $13 royalty from that show.
Really? $13.
$13. We are 50 years later.
Wow. Okay, let's go back to King Cobra.
Let's go. Okay, so anyway, so when she fired me, we went to a Motley Crue, had 3 guys with black hair and 1 guy with blonde, you know.
Yeah.
Vince had the blonde hair.
Right.
So I had the black hair with colors in it. So when she fired me, I was already working on like some songs to get a deal to do a solo album. Because, you know, I had done a solo album in '82 and I wanted to do another one. And I had found this guy, Mark Free, who was a great singer. So we were doing some demos. So when I got fired, I got back to LA and near it is MTV is like promoter. I had, you know, J.J. Jackson was a good friend of mine. He went, here's the Ozzy tour with legendary drummer Carmine Appice. Sharon hated that. That's why one of the reasons I got fired. She said my name was too big. So, and I'm sitting home now. I'm fired, and they didn't know yet. You know.
Right.
So I'm watching this. So anyway, it was a bit depressing. But then my manager said, look, let's put a band together now that you know. You just came off the Ozzy tour. You got, you know, things going on. I was a spokesperson for Synsonic Drums. There were a lot of things going on. I said, okay. So I said, I have a concept. I said, what's the concept? The opposite of Motley Crue. 3 blondes and me with the black hair. 4 blondes and me with the black hair. I said, interesting. And then I said, and then the blondes put color in the hair. So anyone we got in the band, we let them know up front, the image was blonde hair with colors in it.
Right.
So, yeah, little by little, I got it. I had a guitar player that I had with Mark Free. Okay, so then we got another guitar player, Dave Michael Phillips he was with another band in LA. No, it's from Phoenix. Who was he with? I forgot the name of the band. You know, it's so long ago. And anyway, I got him, and then I was looking for a bass player. And then I got this, you know, my manager, we put an ad like in Music Connection, and somebody saw it and gave it to this guy, Johnny Rod, who was in St. Louis. And he sent in a package, and he looked like Rod Stewart. He had hair, like really, really cool hair, and he had a great image. He was already blonde.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
We talked to him on the phone. This guy had energy up the yin yang. He said, I'm the guy. Don't look anymore. I'm the guy. Forget about anybody else, you know. Okay, so he flew out to LA on his own dime. We auditioned him, and he was a great bass player and a maniac on stage. And we said, wow, this is the kind of energy we need. So we got him. So then we had the band. And then the original guitar player we had didn't work out good. So then we found Mick Swader working at Tower Records. You know, we weren't looking around. Somebody told us about this guy, Mick. We went and found him. We told him he had to dye his hair, no problem. And all these guys were into working out. They had like the, you know, the killer bods, you know?
Yeah.
But they were all really good players, not like a lot of the bands in LA.
Yeah.
They couldn't play. And this band was a really playing band, and Mark Free was a great singer. So then we started working on songs, and then, because I did my original solo album with Spencer Proffer, and I had done my Derringer and Appice record with Spencer Proffer, and I changed the whole drum sound at Pasha Studios with Spencer, and then he recorded Quiet Right with that drum sound. It went to #1, so I was involved in that. So Spencer said, I'll produce the album, let me get the deal for you. So we got the deal with Capitol Records through my manager's good friend, his name was Ray Tuscan. And Ray Tuscan had done all the amazing job of PR and radio airplay for like Tina Turner and all the bands that were breaking at that point. And they promoted him to A&R. So he signed us. So we did the first record, which came out great. It was a kick-ass record, better than most of those band records coming out of LA. We had the killer image. We had the guy that did Davey LaRode's videos did our video. Again, I can't remember his name either. you know, so long ago. It's like, 30 years
Right.
ago.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he
yeah.
went on to manage David Lee Roth, and he managed some other people. Anyway, we had a great video. First video was great, and we just couldn't get that airplay going. You know, the first tour was a tour with Autograph, and we blew them off the stage. And then it was hard to get other tours because the band was so good. I spent $25,000 on a stage set. And we had a stage set that had, you know, a double, it was amp racks, you can walk on top, we had ladders, we had ramps and a drum riser. You know, it was like, everything was color coordinated, gold, black, and red. You know, all the outfits, we had custom outfits. I mean, I spent a fortune on this band.
Right.
You know? But nobody would want to play with us because we kicking ass. So then we did the second album, and then Capitol Records said, well, we need some singles. We've got to have singles. So we did one side of singles and the other side of like regular King Cobra music. And the singles were good singles though, you know? And still with that, then we had the Iron Eagle song from the movie Iron Eagle. We had Lou Gossett in that.
Yeah.
You know? But we still couldn't play. And Kiss took us on tour. They did me a favor, you know? Paul and Gene did me a favor because my manager used to be a coin manager that managed them. And between them and him and me, we were good friends with them. And the good thing, they actually paid us some money instead of us paying them. And so they did me a big favor. And we went on tour with Kiss, and I had bought my own motorhome and truck. I had, you know, nothing rented.
Yeah.
And the motorhome used to break down all the time and became like a tour joke. They go, hey, you guys got the motorhome today? So a lot of times we'd end up renting a van, you know, because the motorhome broke down in some city and we had to get it repaired. The roadies had a full like five-man road crew, and different guys were driving back to pick up the motorhome, bringing it back. It's total crazy, you know. And at the time, what was that? The movie that came out, Spinal Tap.
Spinal Tap, yeah.
Spinal Tap came out.
Yeah.
And we were watching it in the motorhome, you know. And I was living it. I was living Spinal Tap.
Yeah.
You know, I was coming out of the big arenas with all the big bands. Now I'm playing the country club in LA. It holds 1,000 people. We sold out 2 nights. And then we go to some other club in Phoenix that holds like 100 people. You know, and we'd have 50. You know, and sometimes we're in an arena or a theater. We're trying to find the stage and we couldn't find it. You know. So I looked at Spinal Tap once and I hated it. I never watched it again.
Yeah.
I was living it.
Yeah.
So then what happened was this guy Ray, that was now A&R, we weren't the only band that they weren't breaking. It's other bands. So they put him back in radio. By then we were dropped, and the first band he worked was Poison.
Really?
Yeah, and Poison used to open up for us in LA. And they kind of stole our image a little bit, you know? And they made it big, and we didn't.
Wow.
And then Mark Freed wanted to leave the band. He wanted to sing more softer stuff. And then Johnny Rod joined Wasp. And then we got Lonnie Vincent and Mark Tureen to replace those 2 guys. And we rehearsed for a while. And then Mick, Lonnie, and Mark left, got another drummer, started the Bullet Boys, and used majority of the songs we worked on with that King Cobra record.
Oh, no.
Like, The Love of Money was our King Cobra song. Kissin' Kitty was a King Cobra song, and another one was a King Cobra song. It was like half the album King Cobra's things we were working on. And after they went big, I had a party at my house, and I was really pissed at Mick and those guys for doing the songs and not even giving us any piece of the writing and everything.
Right.
And those guys, you know, I kind of made up with them, you know. And I was in Blue Murder at the time, and Blue Murder was better than all that stuff, you know.
Oh yeah, it was White Snake's John Sykes, right?
Yeah.
And it was Tony
Franklin,
Franklin who just you just got a call from him, yeah, from the firm.
And that was the most amazing album I did in the 80s.
Yeah.
You know? And
it was.
And so I made up with those guys, and to make up to me, they gave me a Bullet Boys gold record with my name on it. And they you know, they admitted that took all the stuff we did in King Cobra. And then when we redid King Cobra in the 2000s, I had Mick come back in the band. So we had the original band with everybody but the singer. Because the singer at the time, I had a problem with, you know.
Yeah.
The singer turned into a woman.
Right.
Mossy free, and we had a bit of a, we banged heads on something, and I said, they said, well, who you want to get to sing? I said, you know what? I'm not going to get Mossy free. I'll get Paul Shortino, who's a great singer. So
Right.
I got him, and we did 2 of the best King Cobra albums, I think.
Yeah, it's good stuff, Carmine. Tell me about David Lee Roth. I know you guys worked on a project, didn't you? Or you started one anyway.
Yep, we did. That's funny. Well, there's a guy, Malcolm Mendoza, a great bass player. He was starting to play with Dave, and I've known Dave for years, and he said to me, Dave's looking for a drummer. Are you interested? I said, yeah, I'm interested. That's cool. So I went over to Dave's house, and my roadie, I broke into the business pre-King Cobra days, when I was with Ted Nugent, Ozzy, and everything. He lived at Dave's house. He was like his Joe everybody, everything. He did everything for him.
Right.
So, and then he called me and said, hey, Dave's looking for a drummer. I'm recommending you if you're interested. I said, yeah, Marco just asked me. So I said, sure. So I went to Dave's house, hung out with Dave and everything. And we were supposed to do a thing, a rehearsal, where I kept my drums in its place. So we went down there, and we went the first day, and Dave came, and Marco was there. And the guitar player didn't show up that we had. So I said, well, what the fuck, So he said, well, we'll do it again. So we set up another day. So this time, Marco couldn't make it. So I think the guitar player made it, and it's me. And then Dave was late, and he walks in, and he's wearing this outfit. I swear, it looked like something you get at the Holiday Inn, like a bedspread and curtain, outfit, So I said to him, I said, Dave, are you wearing your pajamas? Did you make that out of, material from the Holiday Inn bedspread and curtains, or what?
Oh, shit.
And I said, no, man, I've had this custom made, Then we played that day, and I never heard from him again.
You insulted David Lee Roth.
I guess. But it was okay, because I was playing with the World Classic Rockers at the time.
Yeah.
And I just got my big, huge deal from Japan for my Guitar Zeus record, which was, to me, more important than anything. Because that record, I think, is the best thing that I personally created, from scratch.
Right.
And created some of the greatest playing on my part, Tony's part, Kelly Keeling's part, and all the guitar players that played on it. It was a massive project, and I did it. I was really proud of the fact that I pulled it off, and it sold records around the world.
Yeah. Yeah. Guys, you are watching Barside Jive with today's guest, drummer Carmine Appice, best known for his work with Vanilla Fudge. You know what, Carmine, as an educator, which you are.
You gotta keep mentioning his Vanilla Fudge and keep going.
Yeah, I know. Well,
Cactus, Beckbo,
Rod Stewart, Cactus, Blue Murder,
Blue Murder,
King Cobra,
Appice, King Cobra,
Jeff Beck,
Jeff Beck, Guitar Zeus.
Guitar Zeus. Yeah, we got to cover it. As an educator, you were the first to legitimize rock drumming with your landmark book, The Realistic Rock Drum Method, which has sold well over, how many copies now?
Probably about 400,000.
You were also the first rock drummer and rock musician to conduct instructional clinics and symposiums around the world. Now, we've got a couple of minutes here. You want to give me a lesson? I'll pay attention.
I'll send you the book.
Okay.
Actually, right now, it's funny enough that you talked about the book. Right now, I'm in the middle of video and 3-minute video promotions for all of my books.
Oh, wow.
Some of them were out, and they went out of print, but I just signed with Modern Drummer Publications and they're re-releasing all the books that haven't been out for 20 years, that are still really now, still prevalent for now. And a book I did with my brother called Drum Wars, and we are re-releasing it and repackaging it and re-promoting it. I'm doing 8 videos, 3-minute videos for all the Amazons around the world.
Wow, Carmine, that's
Major
awesome.
production. That is awesome.
You know what?
And I just did something for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I think I don't know if I'm getting brought into the Rock Hall for education for my book and for what I've done for what you just said. But I just did a video answering a bunch of questions that they're going to use in their education department of the Rock Hall. It's going to go out to all these different schools and talk about rock history and rock drumming history. And my video is going to be part of it.
Wow. You have drumsticks handy?
Well, over there.
Can you show me how you twirl?
Yeah, hold on a minute.
Okay.
I'll show you something better.
Okay, show me something better.
Okay, watch this now. Right?
Okay.
Twirls are easy. You got baton twirls like this. Okay? Hit the drum, hit it like that. And you got this twirl like this, and you do the same thing. So when you're playing like this, you go like this, you know. Go here, go here, there. Up here, you do both of these like this, see? Like that.
Wow.
Mine are easy twirls. My twirls you can play to, but this is interesting, right? You can go like this. You don't need drums to play. And this here, when I was learning this, I was doing it I was doing this, like this, learn it. When I was with Rod, I was walking all over the studio. Finally, he said, "Can you please stop?"
I bet.
It was like a dad yelling at his kid.
Yeah.
But, you know, you learn this, this is how you stop this. Then you end up playing. Oh.
Wow. So you learned how to silence it to make Rod happy.
Yeah, I just stopped doing it. But I learned to play. I learned to play these solos. You know.
Oh yeah. Wow.
It's one of the things that we added to what's that? Oh, yeah, we added that to one of the books.
Oh, show me that thing that you showed John Bonham.
The thing that John Bonham was like this, and hit the cymbal and grab it, like that.
Oh, okay.
Got like, I go botch, and I hang it on. If you look at the Ed Sullivan show, you'll see me doing that. I'm going, really, you know.
Wow. Man, all that talent in one dude.
There
you go. You got me saying dude all the time now. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot.
I know. It's a goof on.
Hey, let's talk a little bit about your autobiography. Stick It: My Life of Sex, Drums, and Rock and Roll by Carmine Appice. It's a great read. I've already started. I just got it this weekend. I've already
started. Did you read the first? Did you read the first?
Yeah, I read the thing that cracked me up the most was reading Rod's acknowledgement. He's like busting your chops, man.
I know. He says, I fired him, fuck knows why.
I bet you aggravated the hell out of him, though, didn't you?
Well, not really, you know. We had a good time. I mean, when he fired the first band, the only one he kept was me.
Yeah.
You know? And I brought back in the guy that was in Rod's ear when they were doing coke and drinking and shit.
Yeah.
You know, and that guy, that's the guy that got me fired, you know.
Oh, that's right. Do you still talk to Rod?
Yeah, not often. I mean, you know, when I moved here, I talked to him with the virus. At the beginning of the year, I was talking to him. Last December, I told him I was moving to Florida. I bought a house in Florida. He goes, "Oh, great! I'm there Christmas time. Let's get together for a drink." You know, and I said, "Well, I'm not there yet." And he said, "Well, I'm here every year. I come down here every year for Christmas. So when you're here, let's go for a drink. You're buying it." That's what he said to me.
Yeah, because he said you never buy.
Yeah, that's what he said. You know. Hold on a minute. Wow.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. That was the radio chick telling me we're going to eat at 6:30.
Okay. Okay. We're almost done. So I know you've got a birthday coming up. 22 days, Carmine. What are you going to do?
Not much. You know, I can't have anybody out. I can't have a party. I can't have.
Yeah.
It's like I got a cousin down here. Maybe he'll come over with his wife. You know, but I really don't want to have a lot of people with this virus still around.
Right.
I was going to go to LA because my group Kodiak was going to be on TV there on a prime thing, and it ended up they moved it to February, and then three of the guys in Kodiak got the virus.
Oh, wow.
So I canceled the trip, and I thought I would see my family. But then I had my son, who's in medical, he said, "Dad, you better off staying home."
Yeah.
He said, "Everything's exploding all over the place.
Yeah.
You know, I don't really want you coming here, and then you get sick from somebody over here."
Right.
And my daughter said the same thing. She does special effects makeup, you know, and she's doing that testing every 4 times a week. And she said, if you come here, you should stay with me. It's safer staying with me than staying with Nick, my brother.
Right.
You know, because, you know, there's only me and her boyfriend there, and they both get tested. They're both in the same business.
Right.
They do special effects makeup, and they're always testing. So I said, okay, that's a good idea. But then I said, well, I was going to go visit my older brother, my younger brother, my sister. And my daughter said, "You don't know who they're seeing."
Yeah.
Right. You know?
Yeah.
And you might just get sick. So that's my son said, "You're just better off staying home." You know?
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, we're in constant touch with each other, FaceTime and this and that. It's like I know everything's going on in their life pretty much. You know, so I said, you know, maybe you're right. And I always didn't want to go to St. Martin this weekend, but there's only 6 people have it there. You know.
6 people.
We're gonna go 6 people. I got
Wow.
two tests today, 2 COVID tests today.
Wow.
So as long as we're negative, everyone that gets on the plane has to be negative.
Right. Right.
So that's good. And we're gonna wear the face mask and the plastic mask. You know, and wipe everything down.
Yeah.
And I bring a straw so I could drink under the mask. My water.
You have a cool vanilla fudge mask?
No, I just got a green one of these deals.
She passed. Yeah.
I got one of those, the ones like scarves that go over your face.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man, it's killing my nose.
Oh,
I got the Italian nose.
Yeah, but it's better than having your ears pulled.
Well, my ears, yeah. I mean,
I hate that.
I hate it. Yeah, I don't.
You know, when this is all over, we're going to have to make sure our hair goes over our ears, or because all of our ears are going to stick out like that.
My ears are already sticking out.
Oh, Alfred E. Newman on the Mad Magazine.
I already have the N95 that has this thing that goes around your head.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm gonna be wearing that.
That's a little more comfortable, I'm sure.
I'm bringing that, yeah. Because I wear these damn hearing aids too, because I can't hear shit.
Yeah.
You know, so you got hearing aids, the glasses, the regular glasses, and that. I mean, my ears are like this, you know.
Hey, so Carmine, what's next for you?
Well, next is basically this, all these drum books. We're working on this, all the promotions. I'll be doing a bunch of master classes from here, promoting that. And then I'm working on a new album with my friend Fernando. It's an instrumental album. This guy's really a talent. And we got Derek Sherinian to play on one track on that. And he just sent me another one that I'm going to get Derek to play on Derek. So send me some more tracks, because he's bored too.
Right.
You know? So I got a second track I'm going to send him. And that makes track number 11, and we're working on a record deal with it. And then I just got word that that special I did about the songs is coming out in England on Saturday. It's going to be on BBC television.
Oh, very cool.
We videoed it here. They worked on, it's called, you know, something about the songs. It's Metallica, Madonna, The Police, Rod Stewart. The two Rod Stewart songs they're talking about is Young Turks, which I co-wrote, and Sexy, which I co-wrote. So I think I'll be on that show quite a bit.
Awesome. Awesome news.
So things are good, you know. And, the royalties are still coming in, knock on wood.
That's good. That's good. Keep those bills paid.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Well, guys, most of the stories that you've heard Carmine talk about briefly, he goes into a lot more detail in his memoir, Stick It. It's been described as one of the most extraordinary and outrageous rock and roll books of the early 21st century. Available on Amazon, and I'm even going to include a link to this book. You can go right to the checkout page in the description. There'll be a link, and that'll help you guys get there.
It is X-rated.
It is X-rated. It's a great read.
X-rated. And you know, it's funny. I wanted to leave some of that out. My writer said, "No, man, middle-aged women love that." And when we sell these at the gigs, like a chick will come up, you know, middle-aged woman, and buy it. I go, "Listen, it's X-rated." She goes, "Oh, good."
Yeah. No, it's a great read, guys. You need to get it. And Carmine, don't go anywhere. But I want to thank you so much for being on my show today. Again, you've been an awesome guest. It's been a great time. And I wish you and Leslie, as well as the rest of your family, all the very best this life has to offer.
Thank you, man.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
See you next time.
See you next time. I hope you guys enjoyed my chat with the legendary Carmine Appice. If you'd like to see more of my chat with Carmine, just go to my YouTube channel by searching Barside Jive Live, and you'll find more in the Barside Jive Rock and Roll Files playlist. And don't forget to click subscribe and then that little bell. Oh, next week I've got a real treat. Singer, songwriter, guitarist Joey Molland. That's right, guys. Joey Molland, the last surviving member of the original classic lineup of Badfinger. Guys, this is going to be really cool, and what a story Joey's got. So stay tuned next Monday. And now a word from our own Don Pardo, but his name is Don Mahan.
Barside Jive shall not be responsible for any incorrect or inaccurate information caused by this broadcast. Barside Jive does assume, however, all responsibility for the satirical nature of its content and for the occasional fictional nature of its content. All characters appearing in this broadcast, even those based on real people, except for our featured guests, of course, are entirely fictional, and any resemblance between them and any persons living dead or undead is purely a miracle.
Guys, we are out of here. Thanks again for hanging out with us this afternoon. We do appreciate your support of what we're doing here and hope that you'll share us with your friends and family and followers. And until next time, be kind to one another, and peace and love and rock and roll. Bye.